Hello, future TOEFL champions! Welcome back to our channel, where we unlock the secrets of how to ace the TOEFL. If you're preparing for the TOEFL writing section and feeling a little overwhelmed, don't worry, all you need is the right tricks. My name is Anastasia. I scored 119 out of 120 on the TOEFL test. And in this video, I will share with you the ultimate top 10 tips that will help you get a high score on the TOEFL writing section. Let's get started. Tip number 1. Know your question types and scoring rubrics. The TOEFL writing section has two tasks, the integrated task and the academic discussion task. The integrated task involves reading an article, listening to a lecture on the same topic, and then summarizing the information you learn from both sources. The academic discussion task is all about your thoughts. You must answer a question posed by a professor and write at least 100 words in 10 minutes, expressing your opinion on the topic. In the integrated assignment, you should select the most important information from the lecture and present it coherently and accurately in relation to the relevant information from the reading. This means that you should first write a little more about what you heard than what you read. Second, organize your response well and make it easy to understand. And third, make sure that your language mistakes don't distract the reader. In the writing for an academic discussion task, you should make a relevant and very clearly expressed contribution to the online discussion that demonstrates consistent facility with language. This means that first, your response should be at least 150 words long, preferably 170, to ensure that you develop your ideas well. Second, you must use details and examples. Third, your grammar and vocabulary should be natural and varied. And then fourth, you should proofread your essay well to avoid grammar and vocabulary mistakes. If you want to learn advanced vocabulary for the TOEFL writing section, get our PDF by clicking on the link in the video description. This brings us to the second tip. Tip number 2, learn to spot your mistakes. This is especially important for the academic discussion task. The scoring rubrics tell us that you should make almost no lexical or grammatical errors other than those expected of a competent writer, writing under time pressure. As examples, they give common typos or common misspellings or substitutions, such as there and there. So, to avoid mistakes, unleash your inner grammar ninja and proofread carefully. I recommend that you proofread your essays 3 times. The first time, check for content and clarity. Make sure you answered the question, provided enough detail, and didn't go off topic. The second time, check for grammar. Look for those sneaky grammar errors, such as articles, tenses, punctuation, and prepositions. Finally, reread your essay to see if you need to make any vocabulary corrections. Of course, time is limited on test day, so you should learn to do this very quickly. To improve this skill, use proofreading tests and quizzes. There are tons of them on the internet. You can use the ones offered by Edit Republic, the Chartered Institute of Editing and Proofreading, or Grammar Monster. I will include the link to many free proofreading tests in the description below. This is a definite game changer. Like I said, time management is key. So, tip number 3 is stick to the clock. You may be able to write 30 out of 30 essays if you're preparing at home without a time limit. But if you only have 10 or 20 minutes to write something, everything changes. So, pace yourself and plan your time carefully. Spend a few minutes thinking about what you're going to write. Then write non-stop for some time. And spend the rest of the time proofreading what you've written. Proofreading is always easier than writing from scratch. So start writing as soon as you outline your essay and make corrections as necessary. Tip number 4, improve your typing skills. You can practice on the Fast Fingers website, which will also improve your spelling. This is especially important since there will be no grammar checkers on the day of the test, and you'll want to be prepared. Tip number 5, practice until your writing skills become automatic. Writing is a skill, and like any skill, it gets better with practice. Set aside some time each day to write essays. Use the official TOEFL prompts, time yourself, and review your work. The more you practice, the more confident you'll be on test day. You also want to reach a level where you don't have to think about grammar and vocabulary. If a grammar topic is challenging for you, review it until it becomes automatic. You can use grammar books or websites to practice grammar. In our TOEFL prep course, we have an entire lecture dedicated to the most common grammar mistakes students make. It's a compilation of all the little mistakes I've seen in my one-on-one sessions so far that are repeated in every single student's essay. If you want to get a high score on the TOEFL test and your time is limited, click on the link below and join our TOEFL community. For those who choose the Pro package, be sure to prepare your essays before the consultation so that we can score them along with your speaking. Tip number 6, learn collocations, not individual words. Part of the writing criteria is that you demonstrate precise and idiomatic word choice. Writing effectively and naturally depends on your ability to write in chunks. Imagine that you need to use the verb to address in your essay. Are you likely to use it correctly if you only know its definition? Maybe yes, maybe no. But if you know collocations, like to address the problem or to address the issue, you'll have a better chance of using them naturally. For example, the government is implementing new policies to address the problem of pollution in urban areas. Feel free to use the Skell language learning engine, which provides sample sentences, a word chart with common collocations, and synonyms for any word or phrase you'd like to learn. Tip number 7, don't be afraid to make grammar mistakes. Yes, I know I just said that grammar is important and that you should learn to spot grammar errors in your essays. But that shouldn't be your main focus. In my one-on-one sessions, I see many students who only think about grammar accuracy and forget or don't have time to think about anything else. You should know that even though the ETS says that you should have almost no lexical or grammatical errors in your essays, the maximum score sample essays they provide us with have quite a lot of errors. When I was preparing updated lectures on the new writing test for our TOEFL course, I checked the ETS sample essays. And I have to tell you that there were more than 5 mistakes in each short essay. We analyze all of them in our writing module. For the integrated essays, grammar mistakes are even less important. This assignment is about showing that you can read, listen, and summarize academic information effectively. So yes, you should try to eliminate errors from your essays, but you should also know that it's okay to make some, especially if you're writing quickly. Don't just focus on grammar. Think about vocabulary and, most importantly, the content of your essays. Tip number 8, use templates. As with the speaking section, your writing will be much easier if you use templates. For example, the template for the integrated essay in our TOEFL course is 119 words long. If your essay is 200 words, that's about 60% of your essay. If you write 250 words, the template will be 47% of the essay, which is still about half. It also gives you the structure, so you don't have to worry about the order of the information. All you need to do to write a successful integrated essay is to follow the template and take effective notes while listening to the lecture. Tip number 9, don't write a conclusion. This is another important thing to keep in mind. Many students think that they need to have a conclusion. However, you don't need a conclusion in the integrated essay or in the writing for the academic discussion assignment. You should spend this time proofreading your essay more carefully. Finally, tip number 10, expand your vocabulary by paraphrasing. As you've seen, your vocabulary is crucial to scoring well on the TOEFL writing section. One of the ways to improve it and learn more synonyms for advanced vocabulary is to paraphrase texts. Simply take a portion of an article on the topic you are struggling with and rewrite it using synonyms and paraphrasing. My students and I jokingly call this technique an anti-plagiarism exercise. If you're writing a paper in college and use some ideas from outside sources, you must paraphrase the information from those sources to avoid losing points for plagiarism. Just do this for about 10 minutes every day and you'll see great improvements. It will also help you expand your topic-specific vocabulary. These were my top 10 tips for mastering the TOEFL writing section. Thanks for watching. Please let me know in the comments below what difficulties you have with the writing section and what score you need to get. In the meantime, practice the tips I've shared, stay confident, and you'll be well on your way to TOEFL success. For focused instruction, take our TOEFL course and get your dream score in no time. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more TOEFL strategies. Good luck on your TOEFL journey, and I'll see you next time!